We've all been there, scrolling through Instagram, watching an athlete on TV, or browsing the latest sportswear sale, and suddenly, we're hit with a perfect ad. The promise of performance, comfort, and style all wrapped up in the latest pair of shoes or fitness gear. But if we're being honest, how much of what sports brands tell us is actually true? In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on the biggest lies that sports brands tell us. And let's be real, they're pretty good at it. But here's the twist. These lies work. So grab a seat because we're diving into the myths that keep us coming back for more and why it's so hard to resist. The game-changing technology myth. You've seen it before. The bold claims on a shiny new pair of running shoes or the latest fitness tracker. Revolutionary technology, they say, as if it'll somehow turn you into Usain Bolt overnight. We've all been suckered into thinking that this shiny new gadget or gear will magically improve our performance. But here's the truth. Most of the time, it's just marketing fluff. Brands love to throw around buzzwords like self-adjusting fit, nano-cushioning, and AI-driven performance. But let's be honest, how much of that stuff do you really need for your Saturday morning jog? It's easy to get caught up in the hype, especially when the ad has an athlete effortlessly sprinting through a desert wearing the same shoes. But remember, not every piece of gear with the latest tech is going to change your life. Here's why it works: psychology. When you see that high-tech sneaker, you start believing that you need it to be a best version of yourself. You imagine yourself running faster, jumping higher, or lifting heavier. The branding hooks into your desire for progress, making you think this product is the missing link to greatness. The elite athlete endorsement lie. Let's talk about endorsements. Every sports brand has a long list of professional athletes fronting their gear, from LeBron James to Serena Williams. But here's the thing, not every athlete is actually using the product they endorse. Shocking, right? Take a moment to think about it. Do you honestly believe that the pro athlete wearing a brand new line of sneakers is only wearing those shoes day in and day out? Of course not. They're likely getting paid millions to wear the brand for a commercial or an event, but when it's game time, they're wearing custom-made, performance-enhanced versions of those shoes or something else entirely. Now, I'm not saying athletes don't love the gear they endorse, but the idea that their success is tied to the exact products they promote, that's the lie. You're not going to suddenly play like your idol just because you bought the same shoes they wear. Why it works? It works because we trust the endorsement of the elite athlete. We think that by wearing the same gear, we're somehow closer to that athlete's level of performance. It's all about social proof. If the world's best athletes are doing it, it must work, right? The limited edition scarcity tactic. The classic limited edition claim. Whether it's a pair of special edition sneakers or a unique colorway of a sports jersey, you've probably seen the phrase "only 500 pairs made or available for a limited time." And let's face it, that urgency kicks in, and before you know it, you're clicking add to cart. But here's the thing. Most of these so-called limited edition products are anything but limited. Sports brands have perfected the scarcity tactic. They know that when something is perceived as rare, we're more likely to want it. The reality is there's usually a re-release, a restock, or a follow-up product ready to go when the hype dies down. Often, a limited edition label is simply a marketing strategy designed to create buzz, driving consumer demand by making the product appear more exclusive than it actually is. This creates FOMO, fear of missing out. You think you'll never see that product again, and suddenly, that $300 pair of shoes feels like a necessity. The scarcity mindset gets us to buy things we might not need, simply because they're rare. Why it works? It works because humans are wired to want what they can't have. The idea that something is exclusive triggers our instinct to compete for a limited resource. We're more likely to buy something if we think it's the last chance we'll get to own it. This tactic plays on our deep-rooted psychological responses, creating an artificial sense of urgency that often leads to impulse buying. This will make you faster and stronger claim. Here's another classic. This gear will make you faster, stronger, better. From energy gels to compression gear, sports brands love to claim that their products can transform your athletic performance. But let's be honest, unless you're training like a pro, no piece of clothing or gear is going to magically make you a better athlete. Take compression socks, for instance. Many sports brands claim they increase blood flow, reduce muscle fatigue, and improve performance. But while there is some evidence that compression gear can help with recovery, it's not going to turn you into an Olympic sprinter. These claims tap into our desire for instant results, especially in an age where we all want a shortcut to success. And let's not even get started on those energy-boosting drinks and powders. While they may give you a little pick-me-up, they aren't exactly going to put you in the same league as the pros. It's all about proper training, nutrition, and recovery. No one piece of gear is going to replace that. Why it works? This claim works because we want to believe that the right gear will give us an edge. We all want to think that our next piece of equipment is the thing that will finally take our game to the next level. It taps into our desire for instant gratification and shortcuts, convincing us that spending money on the right gear will result in immediate improvements. The performance-enhancing material lie. Let's talk about fabric. You've heard the claims. This shirt is made with performance-enhancing fabric that wicks away sweat, regulates your body temperature, and boosts your endurance. In reality, most of these materials are the same as the ones in your basic gym shirt, just with a fancier name attached. While there are some innovations in sports fabrics, like moisture-wicking technology, breathable mesh, and lightweight materials, the difference between your $50 workout shirt and your $150 one isn't always that drastic. Often, the price is inflated by fancy branding and the allure of high-performance claims. These fabrics may offer slight advantages, but the difference between a premium shirt and a standard one is often negligible when it comes to actual athletic performance. The bottom line is that paying more doesn't necessarily mean better results. Why it works? This works because we trust that better fabric equals better performance. It's easy to be swayed by the idea that a more expensive piece of clothing is somehow scientifically better. It feeds into our desire for performance optimization, convincing us that we need the latest fabric technology to reach our peak performance. In reality, however, the most important factors in performance are training, nutrition, and mindset, not the materials your clothes are made of. The Wear for the Planet greenwashing lie. This one is a bit of a double-edged sword. Sports brands are increasingly claiming to be eco-friendly, using recycled materials and promising sustainability. While some brands are genuinely trying to make a difference, many are simply engaging in greenwashing, using eco-friendly buzzwords without actually making a significant impact on the environment. These brands often market their products as sustainable or eco-conscious, but the reality is that their efforts may be minimal or even misleading. From sustainable shoes to eco-friendly workout gear, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that buying from these brands is helping save the planet. But in reality, many of these companies are only taking small steps, while still contributing to the massive environmental impact of the fashion industry. They might focus on one area, such as using recycled fabrics for a small percentage of their product line, but fail to address other key environmental issues like overproduction, water waste, or poor labor conditions in their supply chains. It's all about appearing green without actually making substantial changes. Why it works? This works because we, as consumers, are becoming more conscious about sustainability. Brands know that if they tell us their product is eco-friendly, we're more likely to buy it even if it's not as green as they claim. It taps into our desire to feel good about our purchasing decisions, allowing brands to profit from our growing awareness of environmental issues. Ultimately, greenwashing plays on our hope that our choices will contribute to a better world, even if those choices are not as impactful as we believe. Sports brands know exactly how to market to us, and they do it well. From flashy technology claims to celebrity endorsements, these lies keep us coming back for more. But while the marketing might be a bit exaggerated, there's no denying that these strategies work. We want to believe that the next pair of shoes, the next piece of gear, will be the thing that finally pushes us to greatness. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the biggest lies sports brands tell, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. What lies have you fallen for when buying sports gear? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.